Welcome back, punks and fools. This is the Punkery show. We are live from CnR, Crazy Bombs. Whoever still fucks with that was actually in Crazy Bombs yesterday because there's a lot of memes going on. As you know, the only reason to join that server is to see what Kakarot is up to. Kakarot and the guys who are part of the School of Kakarot's Copping. And there were 28 people on the server, but about half the people on the server were all outside of the bank in LB, run around like rats, and I was just dumbfounded at what was going on. A bunch of dumbasses just rolling around like a New York apartment. See rats on the ground, fucking 12 inches long, just going around scurrying on the ground. That's what LB was yesterday. That is enough Crazy Bombs for the rest of the month, that's for damn sure. But we're here in the NG, obviously. Last week, we had an oops, or the radio had an oops, because we had the full show last week, but for some reason, the radio did not record a damn thing. There was only a 1-second clip for the entire show, and it was of Balearis, his segments of the pro monitude. So obviously, I'm just gonna put it on. Somebody hacked the radio, and it was somebody who was anti-mun. And they cut the show off because they didn't want to hear anything about mun empowerment. So that's why the show was not uploaded to YouTube last week, and that was too bad because, you know, we had some things that proved Hendrik right now, as he is in front of me in game right now. He's dancing right in front of me because we all know Hendrik has very bad memory, but you know, we'll see if that'll be reinforced up in here. Fucking people, man. Either way, so a little advertisement, obviously. As the so-called media manager, you know what I mean? Put out a new Rate My Chase a few days ago. Shout out to Navarro, Foz. Some of your favorite players are in that sheet. I'm about to advertise, and that's the wrong link. About to advertise and put this sheet in chat. Let me just make sure that I've got the correct link because for some reason it's timestamping the video. Make sure you check that sheet out. It's the first non-Chronicles Rate My Chase in 4 months. Your favorite punks were in that. Foz, Navarro, Chabs. Who else is in that? Preacher as well. I said the warrant's name wrong the entire show. Video. His name is Emir, I guess. I don't speak Turkish, so I have no idea how to say his name. But apparently it was Emir. He faked these cops around a few times, so take a look at that after the show, obviously. Some other chases there featuring Kamanis, Anka, Exlazine as well. So, Jensen, he was in there as a cop. Let's take a look at that sheet as well. I'm getting a PM right now, actually. I wonder what this is. It's not from an NG, dude. I'm getting a PM from somebody playing Crazy Bombs asking me to ban a cheater. And obviously, we're not going to do that right now because, you know, we are here.
Was it Catherine?
Yes, it is, yeah. Apparently, Con 2 is ban evading right now, but we can say with a complete confidence that at this point, I don't give a snitz. Look at this snitz. As far as I can see, there are no other admins on, but again, don't give a snitz. We're here in the NG. We're going to put our full attention right here for the next 50 minutes, I suppose. Anyway, so last week, we did not... That's right, Pearson. Catherine is very dedicated to Bobs. In fact, both of them are. For whatever reason, but whatever floats your boat. You know what I mean? That's what it'd be. But anyway, last week we The 12th, right? Yeah. Last week, about 6 hours before the show, a new changelog was added to the server, and it was not part of my notes for last week, so I didn't say anything about it. But changelog 1.6.1 was out. Messed Up Cocksucker put a post about that. A few things added. I've not taken a look at this post in a few days, so there'll be a bit of a skim. But the big thing here, obviously, is that fresh drugs are the only drugs that can be sold to drug dens. And I suppose this isn't part of this changelog, but I notice, or I hear, that you can now deal drugs to civilians on the streets. That's right, I saw Connor Leon was doing that in a video or screenshot. He was getting a lot of cash from it. So I guess that's something for drug dealers to do, because there's not always markets for people, for actual people to buy drugs. Officer 25 said, "Someone is selling me boof. All my drugs are bad." And I don't play drug dealer, man. I grew drugs once, and that was it. So I can't really tell you about that. I'm not the best source to have to give you anything about this. Let's be real about that. I'm like the Joe Rogan around here, man. Everybody assumes that Joe Rogan is the dude to go to for information, but he himself says that he's a moron and he can't internalize what he says. But either way, let's see, what is this? I'm gonna read this word for word because I don't understand what this is. HUD icon next to WL. What is that? Will now change if person would go to death row upon arrest. Well, oh, wanted level. Okay, I don't know why he just didn't write that out. Look at shit, man. I think that would be something to... Jinsuk said thanks. Are you saying thanks to the wanted level thing or something that happened in the game? I've never been on death row, so I don't know. But the biggest controversy on the server right now, or one of the biggest controversies, is death row deads all of your life insurances. And a lot of people that are out here and doing their shit on the server, they're killing. They defend themselves, they are winning 1v6 from cops, they get that ass on death row.
The problem is it cuts your life insurance and it charges you medical fees, so it double dips.
It's a double whammy, so you lose $1 million as well, huh? If you got a lot of money. Shit. Well, shit, we have to have a petition. We gotta have people make a petition, or make a message, right? I don't know if there's a forum topic for it, right? But we gotta make people sign a petition, right? To show the uppers that death row is too huge, and remove death row. Well, at least adjust it, I suppose. I'm sure that all three, I guess, if your life insurance is getting destroyed, whatever the fuck it is huge. So people gotta make a petition, sign your name with your left hand, so that's legit, or your offhand, right? And if there are enough signatures or enough voice messages, or if you're a dude who's against death row, get your ass up here and tell through voice, because like I said before, text doesn't do it for me. You know what I mean? Voice is a bit more person to person. You react a bit more to voice than text when it comes to things that should be changed around here or changed in any way. Text is like, plain shit, like I'm fake writing shit on my keyboard right now with my finger. Like, that ain't shit. You gotta do something a bit more to have the death row adjusted. I'm sure Nabarro is here, is listening right now. He hears. Although there's a difference between hearing and listening. I'm sure that Navarro hears that death row is kind of OP, but is he listening? That's the question. Because there are a lot of people that hear but don't listen, and there's a big difference to that. So make a petition. Put your bullet points 1, 2, and 3. Write a 10-page report, not really, about why death row is too OP. And in the next changelog, who knows? You might get your change. And that is what it will be. I was on a few days ago. I see here that the vehicle lock system has been changed. Now, I didn't look too deep into this because I went outside of my vehicle. I did /lock, and I heard a sound, obviously, the beep beep. I went back inside, or I pressed F again, rather. I got inside, my car was automatically unlocked. Now, can someone tell me what happens if someone else tries to take the vehicle? Does it behave like it did before? Like you press F and nothing happens?
This is a Joe Rogan response, but I'm pretty sure they don't get any kind of indication that the car is locked. They can't get in it.
They can't get in it. You get in? Okay, Costi said you get in and you get teleported out after. That's basically what Vega said, yeah. Well, I was thinking if the same situation that Emmer did to Treviso and Navarro would happen the same way. I guess what happened with them was they got out of their car, they didn't type /lock on time. And that's how they got their car stolen. I think that can still happen here, but pretty good quality of life feature right there by the devs. GG, obviously. I see another bullet point here. Changes to main bank robbery turnouts. Now, again, English is my first language, right? In fact, it's basically my only language, right? Because, you know, if I had any literacy of Spanish, I would say I speak like 1.1 languages. I've got like 10% literacy of Spanish. Right? But, turnout in this context, I have no idea what the fuck that means. So I saw a few screenshots of people robbing the bank for $5 million, the Pacific Standard, which I don't know the context of that. I'm sure there's context to that, right? Maybe the bank wasn't robbed in like 10 hours before that, right? But and obviously we're still in beta, of course, so things can be adjusted as things go on. But the bank being robbed, can someone confirm that people have robbed the bank for $5 million? That's a bit interesting. I think that's what this means by changes to the bank robbery turnouts. Because the word, when we use the word turnout, it's more like voter turnout. Like how many people voted for president in the country? They don't use turnout in this context. But I guess by that it means more money can be robbed by the bank or from the bank or some shit. Let's see, hits can be cancelled, or no longer can be cancelled, after 5 minutes after placement to prevent undesirable behavior. That's behavior with a U. I thought this was already a thing, right? Like, could you before cancel hits at any time? Was that a thing? Somebody in chat? Yes? XD. That's funny. Really? Can we get another confirmation of that, Costi? Like, if you place a hit, you can cancel at any time before? Well, if so, it's kind of crazy. Exlazine said yes, it's kind of crazy. Actually, no idea. I'm telling you guys, I'm acting like Joe Rogan every
no idea. Minute. I've never placed a hit before.
Me neither. I've not placed a hit either before either, so it's kind of crazy. I actually had no idea. I could swear before this changelog there was like a period in time where after like 2 minutes you couldn't cancel the hit or some shit. But that would probably explain it, because I remember when Violent Blood was placing a hit on somebody, and then when he got close to somebody, he canceled. And I feel like that happened past the 2-minute mark, but you know, I don't know. We'll get into the hit contract thing in a little bit, because I want to take a look at another complaint
Case of the Stockholm Syndrome.
True. Everybody falls into that shit. They all fall into that shit. Let's see. What else is around here? Hitmen. Okay, I'm not gonna read that. Refactored crime system for better sustainability. That is vague if I've ever heard it.
Basically, it's just code refactored.
Okay, I see. Okay, yeah. Because a
cleaner code.
Yeah. I looked up the word refactored a few days ago, and I was like, "The fuck does that mean?" And it's a code thing. Okay, I see. And I'm not gonna go over the bug fixes, but I'm just gonna say he says fix backup color remaining for temp cops after getting removed. So, of course, fucking British spelling. There's Nuno in chat, in the thread chat, posted $5.1 million robbing the Pacific Standard. So, the only explanation I can see there is that people seemingly didn't rob the main bank for like 10 hours for the amount of cash to build up like that. Either that or it's just a post changelog mess kind of thing. But that's what it be. Anyway, there is a siege going on right now as far as I can see. There's a lot of... Is there? There's a siege going on, right? Hold on. Let me just make sure.
Yep. You can tell by the weapon being used.
Yeah. Yes, there's a siege going on right now, so if you're out here...
Better enjoy your combat MGs while you like them.
That's right.
It's good money. It's really good money.
Sieges are good money. That is right.
Like, I have to flex a little bit, but I think there has been like a couple times when I make 70, 75 kills or something with something.
You had a screenshot of that, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So I didn't count how much money you get from some kills, but a lot of money.
So you had 75 kills. Were there no civilians there to back up the terrorists?
I think there were, but I was the first one on that place, and if you know where to go and you're the first one, you can make quite good kills and money.
How about that?
But it all depends on the situation, how many people are playing and like that.
I mean, what can I say? It's slightly CT-sided.
That's true.
The terrorists, you know, it's a GTA 5 fault. They shoot at anything that aims at them. And, you know,
yeah, it's true. Even the terrorists, even the own terrorists. Yeah, I mean,
it's good fun if people actually do join terrorist side.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a strong person like in to kill you.
There is a huge difference with the different locations. Like some of them are much harder. Like as a cop, I can only tell, but
isn't the new one over at the place northwest of the city? I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, on the hill.
The observatory, yes, the observatory.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most difficult one as a cop.
If you're a paramedic and give some backup to the cops, that's a good one. Hold on though, I've got an error on the radio right here. There's no music playing in the background. Hold the fuck up. So for the radio audience, right, I'm gonna try to fix this shit. Oh shit. I'm gonna try to fix this shit. All right, so give me a minute. I already closed virtual gauge, so they can't hear me right now. Rebroadcast the radio because there is an error, obviously. So
last week when you were having some problems and you kind of muted yourself, I saw my opportunity to do something, but
too
bad. It did. Well, no comment on that, but it didn't last for too long. But
how long was that? Like 30 seconds?
Maybe. Felt like, no.
Yeah, because I was still talking.
Prime moment for me.
Yes, you had your own moment, your 30 seconds of fame. I'll talk about that later on when we get to the alcohol segment. But but let me just take a look here. There was a topic on the forearm that I've had my eye on for a couple of days. It was a complaint topic. I was hoping that topic stayed unanswered the entire week until today, but it's still fine. So I wanted to clarify some shit, because even me as Joe Rogan, right, can knock this one out of the park. I know what I'm talking about when we get here, right? So, we had a feud, a rage. I think both guys are listening right now, if I'm not mistaken. We got Kalion and Nuno. Right? A little bit of a rage going on the forearm. First of all, I want to applaud both of them. Like, complaint aside, I want to applaud both of them because there are a lot. Oh shit, my bad. The music is loud. My bad. Shit. Cocksucker. My bad. Movie maker, I fixed it. But for the radio audience, I want to go to a forearm topic right now. It's between Kalion and Nuno, and I want to applaud both of them because there are a lot of people on this server, well, not this server, I guess, but especially in the past, right? When somebody realizes or discovers that they find a person from their own country playing the game, they indiscriminately and unconditionally suck them off because they're from the same country. And I always found that to be a very weird thing. You know what I mean? I understand that America's a bigger country, so we don't usually jump up and down whenever we see another American on the server. Although it would be great if there were more Americans on the server, honestly, because your ops are kind of... Oh shit, I didn't press start recording, did I? What the hell? Shit. Okay, well, whatever. Your ops are a bit demented. You know what I mean? We need some Americans to come in and calm them down, to be quite honest with you. But Nuno and Kalion, they are from Portugal, right? And Kyle made a complaint topic on Nuno. And I take a look at this video here. Hold on, I'm seeing a complaint right now. It's funny, that's what I'm going to talk about. Anyway, so I see the video, right? And it's a pretty long video. The situation was long, where Kalion was a warrant, right? Being chased by his countrymen. Respect for that, obviously. No sucking people off from the same country as you. But we had some overkill over here, right? Where... And it's been a constant thing that's been complained about on the server, cop conduct, and how some cops just, for whatever reason, when they have the opportunity to get the arrest on somebody who is not being belligerent to them at the time, but still, yeah, some cops feel the need. I don't know if they're threatened or not or some shit, but they take their gun out, or they use their car, run them over with the tires, you know, kind of rub them in a little bit. And it's a bit of a confusing thing to me, you know, because there are situations where it's best not to arrest somebody, right? Especially if you're outside of the vehicle, you have 3 different people that may be fucking with you, right? If you arrest one, then the other 2 will fuck you up because you can't break the arrest animation, right? So in that situation, you have no choice but to kill, right? But when it's a 1v1 situation like this, and obviously Nuno knew what he was doing, he said it in the topic, obviously.
I heard you say Nuno.
I did not, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant to say. Nuno knew what he was doing. I think that's what Nuno and New sounds like Nunu, but that's not what I said. But he knew he knew what he was doing later on in the topic, obviously. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he tried to justify it by the past beef going on, as he posted a video of some mutual hit contract situation, right? And I wanted to reiterate the hit contract rules, right? Because even though I'm Joe Rogan, I know what the hit contract rules are, right? Because in that situation when Nuno posted the video, right? They both had hit contract on each other. And in that situation, right? You guys gotta let the hitmen do their job, right? You place a hit on Guy places hit back on you. Let the hitmen do their shit. That's what the rule is, alright? If there are no hitmen... First of all, guys, if there are no hitmen on the server, right, for example... Right now, there's only... Let's see, there are 3 hitmen on the server, right? take a look at the list of players before you place a hit, right? If you deem that any of the hitmen on the server, if there are any, are not going to do your hit contract, then don't place the hit, right? If you think they are, then place the hit. But if you both put hit contracts on each other, what you gotta do is go about your business. I think Kyle wanted some clarification on that. You go about your business, alright? Now, if you place a hit on Guy, right? And Guy does not place it back on you, then Guy, that is the situation where Guy can come after you to cancel the hit that you placed on Guy. You understand me? But you can't do both, and I tried to kind of put this on Vile Blood a few weeks ago, right? Because there was Guy, I'm sorry, he was the guy, excuse me, but he placed a hit on some person, I don't remember his name. But he got close to the person and then canceled the hits and then tried to go after them. That is also a no-no, right? Also a no-no. You have either gotta place the hits or go after somebody. If you try to do both, then you get that ass out of here. That's what it be. You gotta pick your poison. Kuberjin said, happened to me many times. You mean, Guy place hit on you, then canceled, then went after you? That's not good. If that, let's see, what is this? What if the hit placer hides an RPC? Well, as Joe Rogan, right? I don't have the official word on that. So if a guy that knows what he's talking about can give him the answer to that question,
well,
that'd be great.
Obey the rules first and provide feedback second.
Yes, kill first and ask questions second. Yeah, because there was that situation a few weeks ago as well, where Nuno somehow had his combat MG inside of the RPC and killed Kaleon's ass inside. I'm not gonna try to port over the crazy bomb rule because, actually no, you can't get in the RPC if you have a hit contract in there. Interesting. That is an interesting question. And I don't have the answer to that because I'm Joe Rogan and I don't know what I'm always talking about. What I'm talking about all the time. You know what I mean? So you can ask that question to somebody who knows what they're talking about, because that is an interesting question, to be quite honest with you. You know what I mean? Because it's not like Crazy Bombs where if you have a hit contract, you can't go in the Corona to go inside the RPC. Although in Crazy Bombs, for example, right, if you are a cop, have a hit contract, and go inside the donut shop, then that is against the rules. You can't hide in the donut shop to avoid a hit contract or to avoid being attacked. So that seems to be the thing that is the most akin to what Nuno is asking right now. But I don't have the official word on that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm only Joe Rogan, guys. I don't always know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna give you an answer that is wrong. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's better to shut your mouth rather than say an answer that is incorrect. You know what I mean? That is what I'm going to answer to that. It's a great question, though. Excellent question. But, yeah. The way Vega dealt with that, though, was interesting. Because if I had posted that topic, I would have been like, oh, Nuno, you got to get the fuck out of here. You're going to get some, that part of that $5 million that you robbed from the bank is gonna go back to the bank. But Vega posted was like, yo, this is a waste of time, guys. Just give the dude 200k and enough with this bullshit.
Like, I will admit, if it was someone else, I probably would have punished him. But since like both of them keep repetitively attacking each other, just stay away from each other.
I mean, yeah, it's that simple. A few weeks ago, we talked about the Macho Man cheat when it comes to complaints and in-game shenanigans. You know, it's always the Macho Man sheet. Everybody wants the last word. They want the last kill. But I look at that and I'm like, are we serious, guys? This is a fucking server on a video game. Okay, not many people are going to give the snits about you having the last word or the last kill in isolated moments in a server.
As long as Nuno agrees to play a bit better as a cop. Ironically, I got another complaint about him, but
great timing.
you know, as long as you behave like a cop and not like a gangbanger, I don't know, should be okay. Generally, it should be okay.
Yep, I would say that's
like,
fair.
give people a chance to actually surrender. Like, don't go for the kill.
100%. Whenever I'm cop, I try to get the arrest whenever I can, but if it's not doable, if a guy is being obviously belligerent, you know, that's when it come up. Because H&M was in the background too, so if Nuno had issues, H&M could have backed him up and been like, yo, I got you. Cop homies, we got this. But the video that he posted in the topic was kind of funny, because he gave Kalion this cash, and while Kalion was attacking Lucas outside of the City Hall. So, props that got situated. And it takes real men to be able to do that. So I put some respect on Nuno for that one. Real mun to be doing that. So that's what we need more of. That's what it'd be. Because like I said a few weeks ago, the complaint section, sometimes kind of a meme. Sometimes. Let's see, so, hold on. You just see something. He posted something in the area, the thread area. Let's see what he said. I'm not a gang-banger.
Bro, you're in a T20. You have all the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a sports car, you have the advantage. Cops are actually designed to have more advantage, so I would wait. I would give people a chance to actually surrender.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not a gang-banger. I shoot when the guy is resisting arrest. H&M does it too.
And it's okay if they resist arrest. Like, if they are running and shooting. Like, if you feel threatened, you can shoot them, but not when they get out of their car, have full health and armor, in a supercar.
It's fair. You know, usually in that situation, even though this is like it's dubbed as a lazy cop thing to do, right? Give them a love tap with your car, right? They get stunned. They really can't do shit after that, you know? And based on what he says...
To be fair, you hit him, so he didn't get a chance to surrender.
Well, he did surrender for like 1 second, then he broke it. I don't know what that was about, but I gotta see the video again.
He surrendered for 1 second, and then he got ran over.
Oh, well, there you go. That's what, but yeah, he knows what he did. He knows what's going on, but the big pictures and the beef should have got thrown in the garbage, and hopefully now the beef is in the garbage. That's basically what it has to be, or what it is. The beef is sizzled, as TheKillaer said. Yeah.
Basically, if you can solve an issue with the hit contract, you should probably do that instead of using forum complaints.
Exactly. Hit the nail on the head right there.
As long as you don't complete your own hit contract.
That would be a huge problem. Let's see, let's move on here. So Vega here, he's got an idea. He's trying to reform the weapon system a little bit.
Yes, I want to bring back the weapon system from Crazy Bob's. You basically have to buy and sell each weapon individually. But also tackle a few other stuff, such as the weapon balance of combat MGs.
Ooh. Yeah, the combat MGs are the.
I also want to tackle the Nakota and the Phantom Custom and the Hauler Custom because when you take away the combat MG, those vehicles, they don't have a weakness anymore.
I mean, you could argue that they didn't before, I guess.
If you lower its damage, they have to be removed because they're the most top 2 used weapons.
That's been true.
If you remove them, it'll force you to use assault rifles and actual weapons again.
It's kind of funny because people in GTA Online, they use assault rifles. They don't really use combat MGs like that, right?
Also, the stance I have towards that is because while the script is not a 1-to-1 to CNR, I don't think machine guns really have a place in this game.
I can see that. I mean, they are overused as it is, and the Clipper magazine size, whatever it's fucking called.
Like if we don't have drum magazines for AKs, why should we have MGs available?
That is true. Like a few months ago, I was like, damn, people are like, damn, combat MGs, OP, fuck out of here, man. They're calling it a old man weapon, like Colgate called it a weapon that only Evan should use because he's an old man. But,
yes, I recommend everyone looks at the announcement, looks at the spreadsheet, fills out that form.
There it is, guys.
I cut off. I don't know why, but I just want to let everyone know that the spreadsheet, the values is not. It's still a work in progress.
Oh yeah, those are still. Because I remember last week you had showed me, and I had only skimmed it a little bit, and I was like, oh, this looks good. But on the day that you released it, I realized, shit, the refill prices are a bit too close to the ammunition prices, and yeah.
But there is a couple of problems with removing. Well, actually, the problems existed before removing the MG, but one of the things I want to resurface is problem about the Nakota and these Phantom Customs, these Hauler Customs. You know, I've always argued that they're not overpowered.
Yeah.
But based on information, when a player... How do I say this? What QVNVN said.
Oh, what'd he say? Where?
They just don't take enough damage.
Fucking yeah.
When a player is inside one of them, for example, the Phantom Custom, when I had my ult inside, it survived 30 seconds from a minigun. that shouldn't happen. Their damage resistance is just too high.
You mean like of the vehicle itself, or like shooting at your head?
So a combat MG MK2, it does 22 damage to a player on foot. You know how much damage it does to a Nakota?
6.
6 damage a shot.
Holy shit! There you go, right on the money, cocksucker.
And you know what fucks that up even more?
What?
Hit registration. It ignores like every third shot. And
Go ahead.
what Diversification said was correct. Like, you can aim for the gas tanks, they'll catch on fire, but not if a player is inside the fucking truck.
It doesn't?
It does not. I don't know if this is a bug on a specific server that I'm playing on, but it doesn't ignite the gas tanks. There's no weakness on the vehicle besides the windows.
Well, the thing about the Phantom Custom, right, is that in the topic...
Spike strips, yes. Flattened tires, yes. But those two vehicles, they take... I don't know what the exact percentage is, Because, Rockstar has this thing where each vehicle takes reduced amount of damage from specific weapons, but it's up to 75% less damage. So it's like three to the most powerful weapons. It's like 20 damage.
Well,
they're way too resistant. I'm not sure what to tell you else.
Well, I mean, there's a months old topic on the forum, right? Where I think Once a Bus made a topic of ideas on how to nerf both vehicles, right? And I even made a Rate My Chase listing things that could be adjusted to it, right? And there was never a conversation that really spawned from it. It just resulted in people like fishy bitching.
Like, right, if I remove the combat MGs, there's not going to be any weapons besides from the sniper rifle that's going to be effective against the Nakota. Like, we can say the heavy revolver and shotguns, but nobody's going to use those weapons against a plane.
No, especially how quickly it can take you down if the person actually hits the shot, huh?
So the damage it receives is based on a percentage. So if I bring back the marksman rifle and nerf it 3/4, make it do like 20 damage a shot, that ain't gonna do shit to the Nakota. It's gonna do like 4 damage a shot.
I mean, the thing is that is the goal supposed to be that people are supposed to, or they need an idea or have a way to shoot back in a Nakota? I mean, I don't think it's very viable anyway.
Yeah, like that's the question. Do we really need? Do players need an anti-aircraft weapon? Not necessarily a rocket launcher, but do they need something? Or do pilots crashing? Is that enough for players?
Yeah,
the threat of a player losing control of their Nakota, is that enough?
Yeah, I mean that's the best way to combat against them right now, just to rely on the error of the pilots.
Like, if the health of a Nakota was nerfed to 750, would that cause an outrage?
I mean, would it make a difference? That's the question. Like, would it really make a difference? The only error potential would be, if you crash land or some shit, like maybe a higher probability of the plane blowing up or some shit. But if you crash, you're gonna die anyway, I guess. So
another topic what TheKillaer mentioned is helicopters.
Go ahead, Hendrik, go ahead.
Yeah, go
like I mean, when you're playing flying in this game, comparing to Crazy Bob's San Andreas, hitting a light pole or something really light will actually do much more damage. So if the health of the plane is already reduced, I don't know if it's really needed, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
TheKillaer in group chat, he mentioned that I mentioned that should heli users be allowed to use more than just pistols, and that's so far the answers are divided between yes and maybe only SMGs.
I think SMGs are fine.
Realistically, I might just do SMGs, but the answers to that question was interesting. People were like, SMG, AR only. Depends.
Depends. What about sniper rifle and heli, Lel? Is that actually a thing? I don't know about that. That probably may be a bit too much.
I don't think it's a problem to allow assault rifles and SMGs because of their fire rate being ignored.
Well, let me just go back to the truck custom shit, right? Because like I had said, right, I had put a list of shit that could be done to edit both of those vehicles, and I think removing them is a bad idea. Because they're actually really good.
I wouldn't necessarily say remove them.
I'm not saying you're saying that, but there was a list of shit that I put in a video and in the topic, but no one really advanced the idea. My stance always was, what is the number one thing to fix an issue? A lot of times it's to stop talking about it. And I always thought if the usage rate of both vehicles was low enough, then it wasn't an issue. But, we'll see, because every month or two, the Phantom and Hauler custom thing always rises to the top and then it falls to the ground. It's like an ebbing and flowing thing. It's like waves in the ocean or some shit. But
the reason why I brought it up is because it's a GTA 5 concept that it's unmodified. It's like the Nakota. It's still vanilla.
Yeah.
So thought about making it balanced. Definitely, it's definitely a concept that's appreciated.
Yeah, plus when I was doing some Raid My Chase recordings a few weeks ago, I noticed when I saw Chabs in the air, Nakotas really do change the course of chases a lot. Whereas if there was no vehicle in the air, right, it's like chases are kind of linear sometimes. Maybe the cop will catch up to the guy, the warrant, maybe they won't. But a Nakota adds an element to it that might give it a bit more variability.
See, if I'm not pointing my fingers at Mellow Hammer or Mess Up Smiley necessarily, but I'm pointing my fingers at them. If they could figure out how to modify a vehicle's damage resistance, I would suggest that they cut it in half, or something like that, because
that'd be fine.
I forget the number, but the heavy sniper MK2, it does 158 damage. It's unmodified. It's GTA 5 damage. And when you shoot one of these vehicles with that rifle, it does 20 damage. So that's one example of how far the damage is reduced. And you don't think that's a problem because people in cars, what I like to call them, they barely take any damage, but the not so problem with that vehicle is that it's extremely slow. These trucks, they have extreme acceleration.
Yeah, you really can't cause that much wreckage in a stockade, really.
So maybe acceleration should be a nerfing point.
You mean editing the acceleration of the?
Possibly.
But
they have to know how to.
That'll kind of fuck up the trucking capabilities, I think. I don't know, the Phantom Hall custom, they have a boost acceleration, kind of. If you're stuck on a hill, it's like in GTA 3, if you play GTA 3, if you go up a hill with a Patriot, right, if you get stuck, the car on its own boosts up the hill or some shit. But I've always been against editing the acceleration or top speed of vehicles because it kind of removes the uniqueness of the vehicle. If they were to be edited, it would be great if they were still viable for trucking, but nerfed for people being, bumper car artists,
Yeah, I agree that I don't actually see anyone using them right now.
Mm-hmm.
I know from time to time there's one person using it, and they're quite easily taken down. Despite that, I see them using fully automatic LMGs to take them down. So I wonder when they get removed, how they will fare. But it's just a suggestion, It's encounter it, and it makes me think.
Yeah, and if all else fails, right, you can if you see a guy with either one of those vehicles trying to ram people, right, just pull some Pucks quotes on them, right?
And maybe when we ever actually If they can figure out how to add custom ammo and we test it out, maybe armor piercing rounds will make a difference. If it's not totally overpowered.
It might be. Maybe against those trucks, probably not, but in general, it might be. Like I said, if you see a guy with those vehicles, right, and they're going around on a ramming spree on somebody, even if it's a 1v1, right, just, pull some pucks quotes, tell them to grow a cock, or ask them if they own a penis, if they use these vehicles, because they could just be a man and use regular vehicles, but pull some pucks quotes on them if you see them using these vehicles, That'll challenge their manhood. I know it's toxic, but say it's from Rashawn. Say Rashawn gave you the permission to tell the dude to grow a cock because he's in the Phantom Custom, so that's what it'd be. Anyway, we're almost at the end here. There's a lot of memery going on with the Ukraine shit. This reminds me of the Ukraine crisis topic back in Crazy Bombs that got locked. I think that topic was about refugees and shit. Well, I guess Ukraine probably needs those refugees right now because they're on the brink of something that may happen. I have no idea what the fuck's going on there. So, I'm not gonna pretend to talk about that. Yeah. Get under what? But let's get to the meme segment, the alcohol segment, and then after that, I'll turn to the audience for whatever the fuck they want to say, whether it be Ukraine or Belarus or that shit. But again, this is gonna be the alcohol segment. So over the past couple months, right, it's been realized in my head that past and present, there are a lot of punks on this server, right, that have kind of fucked up opportunities for themselves, and I'm not only talking about admin or some shit like that, but like on a prestige type level, whether it's prestige or perception of somebody or some shit. But people, they fuck up, right? And they're not self-reflective. They believe that when shit goes wrong, it's somebody else's fault. And that is not the way to go a lot of times, you know what I mean? But when I get to the alcohol shit, right, I don't imbibe the alcohol, you know what I mean? I haven't drank alcohol in a long time. I actually don't remember when the last time it was, but I am sometimes in settings where people do drink the alcohol, you know what I mean? The alcohol. Obviously, Hendrik over there has 4 bottles of Stella Artois on his table, on top of a GTA 5 map, obviously. That's right, TheKillaer. My name is Rashawn. I am not an alcoholic. All right. I remember a long time ago, I was hanging out with a few dudes, right? And this dude, he took a few sips of rum and he got drunk, right? Because he's a lightweight. And I think I still have this picture, but he drew a deke on the wall, right? And then he purposely fell over his chair. And I took a picture. I didn't take a picture of him, really. Like, I think his leg is in the picture, like, stumbled over his chair. But, I took a picture of him, or after he wrote, or drew the deke on the wall. Right? But it's fine, He did that within the confines of his own friends, right? And it's, you're drunk. It's all fine, right? As long as you're within the confines of something, then if you get drunk, it's fine, right? Been in Discord and Mumble with a couple punks that get drunk as well. I don't understand it, really. Sometimes they say stuff while drunk that is a bit odd, but again, they're around friends, right? I'm not gonna go tell some dude, be like, oh shit, this dude was drunk in Discord last night, did some crazy shit. Like, oh, that's trash, you know. Like if the dude is out here drunk on Discord, which I don't understand personally, but if you do that, you're in the setting with friends, right? And that's what you do, right? In fact, a few weeks ago, I was in Discord and some guy, I'm not going to tell you who it is, but some guy was retching, like, you know, hacking up a hairball or some shit. And it sounded like he was sucking a cock on the microphone, right? And I'm like, you know, drunk, alcohol, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. But again, the commonality among that is that you're doing that within the confines of something, right? And you're doing it around people, karaoke. Well, that's what you want to call it. But you're doing it within the confines of your own people, you know? You in the club, you get drunk, right? So you're around your own people. And if you do some dumb shit, they'll check you, maybe. You know what I mean? But it's when you take your drunkenness outside of a realm that you cannot control that is a problem. You know what I mean? And over the past couple of days, we've seen some memery in the Discord. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't think it's my place, even though it could be, but I don't think it's my place to talk about it. You know what I mean? I'm sure that Aka has more alcohol tolerance than most of us in this
Are
server.
you sure about that?
Well, maybe.
You sure about that?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
When she raged at the server for being muted?
Yeah. I don't know, it could have been worse, I suppose, but I mean, it's bad, but it could have been worse, you know? But every time that you see, not every time, but a lot of times when you see her rages, right? And there was one particular yesterday where she spammed some shit and then was like, it reminded me of Nico Bellic, right? She was like, I'm drunk, I don't give a shit. If you remember the Nico Bellic quote in GTA 4 when he said, I don't give a shit. And at that point, it's like, we understand that, at least in part, the alcohol is speaking, right? And I'm sure that we understand this by now. But no, it was Nico. It was Nico. I know. Just YouTube the quote. But this is in a realm of which she cannot control, right? We understand that she's drunk and is under the influence of alcohol. But if you are drunk, right? And you go outside of the realm of what you can control, like, you know, you get into a car and start drunk driving, you know. For baseball fans, which are probably none of you, rather. Guy named Johnny Damon, right? He was drunk driving. TMZ video of him acting like a fool to the cop, right? He was a long-time baseball player who was pretty good, won a few World Series, pretty bouse, but you saw him in that state, and it was very embarrassing. You know, to see a guy on video, you know, millions of people watching him be drunk, being stupid to the cop and shit like that, you know. Not a good look, right? But if he did that within the confines of his boys understand. He's drunk, he's acting a fool, and that's all it is. But in her case, right? Drunk in public, right? Public of the server, right? She's doing shit that she probably would not do while sober, probably, but I have no idea, right? And it shines in negative lights, and being drunk is not an excuse for somebody's actions, especially if it's in a public setting. You know what I mean? So that's why, obviously, you've got to drink responsibly. And it's not only, when they say drink responsibly, it's not only having to do with a car or driving drunk, right? It's how you carry yourself as well. I remember back in the day, don't want to say this, but back in the day when Cuso was thinking crazy bombs, right? Bobby Gee, he was drunk. he did some dumb shit, and I demoted him in the group for it because he was being stupid. But if he was sober, right, then that wouldn't have happened. Maybe, anyway. So, you have that, and you, put that together with the lack of self-reflection, the idea that people have when they do something wrong and they cannot see what they did wrong. It is never their fault. And I'm not only talking about her, right? Like, there are people, whether it be on this server or in general, that get into a tussle about something, whether it's them like a 1v everybody or some shit, but they can't look within themselves to see, shit, I'm fucking up right here. I gotta change the ways, And I've seen that too much, and I've felt like I could have prevented that from some people. But sometimes when you tell people that they're fucking up, they don't bite, So the sad thing about it is that people a lot of times can drown in their own, for lack of better word, ignorance, and that'll fuck them up. That's right, as TheKillaer said, don't expect respect afterwards, because a lot of times the worst kind of people are the ones that cannot self-reflect, that's what it'd be. And that's why you gotta drink alcohol responsibly, folks. That's what it'd be. If you're gonna act a fool, make sure you act a fool within the confines of your own boys or your own friends, whatever it is. Because if you go outside the boundary, right? Because obviously you can't go to work drunk, right? You can't operate a vehicle drunk. You can't go and make a speech drunk, right? Unless you're, you can't do that drunk. You know what I mean? So, hold on, Chabs asked what's the song name in the background.
I mean, I can't even talk sober, so.
Sometimes me either. Chabs, it's Make Some Money by Fabulous and Dave East featuring Snoop Dogg. Yeah. Only Snoop Dogg, right, can do stuff high, right? He can make a speech high. He can do shit high, but being high, I don't think is the same thing as being drunk. So, that's what it'd be. Control your alcohol, folks. You know what I mean? People are not going to give you a pass because you're under the influence. You've gotta make sure that you check yourself before you fuck yourself up. You know what I mean? So that's what it'd be. That's all I gotta say about the drunkenness segment. You know what I mean? Anybody in the audience have any thoughts about anything? Ukraine, Sean sugarcoating potheads. There's Navarro there with his anti-weed, man. Whether it's 2015 or 2022, still anti-weed. Shit.
Marcus Weed.
That's right. And his name rhymes with weed, man. But as Stephen A. Smith had said, he said, stay off the weed. Some people have gotta stay off the alcohol. That's basically what it is. I understand that some people, they cope with shit, right? And they use that as a coping mechanism. I would think that being on the internet for unhealthy amounts of time would already be a coping mechanism. But, because if I were to be one to drink alcohol, it would be in a fun setting, right? Drink alcohol for fun, not to drown yourself of your issues, you know what I mean? So, that's just my opinion. Take it from a guy who doesn't drink alcohol, obviously. So you shouldn't listen to anything the fuck I say, because I don't drink alcohol, so I obviously don't know shit. But that's what it be. Like I said, if anybody wants to come up here, Ukraine, Belarus, The new version, the Portuguese on Portuguese crime, fam custom, the weapon thing, the weapon overhaul, right? Then this Vineyard time. If not, then Sam is finished.
Please donate to Brazil. They have poor living conditions. They can only play mobile games and Battle Royale on phone.
Yes, that reminds me.
It. They get paid like $200. Their salary is like $1 a week.
Yep.
That comes with USD cash.
Yep. Reminds me of when some dude in the CnR Discord got mad because he got banned by the AC for using or playing SAMP under the Android version. And I was like, bro, you gotta have a PC or laptop. He was like, I don't have. Pretty sad stuff. That's the first time I've had to deal with that, honestly. But yeah, is that it? I think we done, I guess. I don't see any hands in the audience. It'll be great if there were like people, right, that had their own show on the CnR Radio, right? Because there'd be some things that I would say on other people's shows that I wouldn't say here, right? Even though it doesn't make any sense. We need some more diversification on the CnR Radio. I mean, obviously, not everybody wants to listen to me all day, or once a week anyway. Yeah, it'll be great to, because there are a lot of people on the server that play a lot more. Because I took a look at the list and I saw that I'm 72nd in connect time. You know what I mean? So, as a Joe Rogan, right? Don't always know what I'm talking about.
What could you do as a show though? Besides, hey, let's host your daily insult everyone show. There's nothing.
That'll work. That could work.
Is that really interesting? And would that like survive a week?
I don't know. It'll be up to whoever would do it. I mean, maybe a punk can make a game that's better than Guess That Fog and like do it every week or some shit. I don't know. I'm sure that some people have ideas
like a no holds barred show. Like that wouldn't last too long because it would get boring.
It would get canned. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know.
That's what the Punkery show kind of is. Like you comment about people's misfortunes and interesting drama.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Well, meanwhile, we were thinking about that. I have an announcement to make.
Oh, well, this
Summit 2 is almost here, so stay tuned for a new video. I don't know, might be really bad. Don't watch, but just let you know.
Breaking news out of the studio. I don't have the tablet open, but Hendrik is about to release Sumwe 2 in CnR NG. I don't have the tablet up, so I can't make the sound, but
it's alright. It's not worth it.
Still, take a look at that. No matter how much he wants to self-deprecate, take a look at that when it is out. Sumwe, yeah. Sumwy is how I pronounce that. Sumwe.
That's good.
That's how it be. But yeah, I suppose that we've been done. Moral of the story of this show: make sure you don't drool over people that are from the same country as you. That's kind of trash, honestly. Take a look at the announcement section and put your feedback for Vega's weapon and gun runner and all that reform. And make sure you're responsible with your alcohol when you are on the server. Oh shit, TheKillaer put his hand up. All right, hold on. Yeah, make sure you're responsible with your alcohol, because if you fuck up, then it's gonna be your fault, and you gotta be self-reflective. People who are not self-reflective, a lot of times it's a problem. I've invited you to the stage of TheKillaer. I don't remember how you. There you go.
Hello?
Hello? We got you.
Hello. Hey, is this thing on?
It is on. Yep, the camera's on.
Alright, so, the camera's on. Oh, shit. So I just wanted to talk about the bank insurance rate and whatnot. because I think it's a little bit too high.
Ooh.
There's a lot of people I see commenting it on Discord all the time, saying that it's requiring some effort, more effort than previously to, I guess keep your wealth.
Offset the cost.
Yeah, pretty much. It's I don't know. I'm a tester and a donator, so I don't get affected as much. But even myself, I find it a lot more where I'm just losing money. Like I can't have more than 5 million, or else I just lose it all.
How much cash do you have in total?
Right now, I have less than 500,000. Plus, I have properties that are worth about 10 million, 8 to 10 million. So I'm getting taxed on whatever I have in my bank, and then I'm dying and all this stuff, and I just don't understand how someone who's not a donator or tester is able to even make money and get wealth and shit.
How much do you get bank insurance?
Shit, I don't even know. I can't tell you what it is right now.
I've seen some screenshots going around.
Because I lost all my money, so I'm very low right now. So, I haven't been able to get past like 1 million without getting medical fees and stuff, and then that plus the bank insurance and shit.
Nuno said he gets bank insurance for 450K with 50 million in the bank.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
Well, I'm not too sure what to say about that. Because is all your money being drained by the bank insurance?
I guess maybe it's not solely the bank insurance. I don't know if it's maybe the medical fees, or perhaps it could be to do with death row and me dying a lot. But I only have like $200,000 in my bank now because I just got killed and DM'd and lost like 500K medical fees. But I only have properties worth like 7 million. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm losing money. And then I see other players are mentioning that they're not donator or tester, and they're getting taxed out the wazoo.
Yeah, because I don't want to make a conclusion on that, because I have seen a few screenshots going around of people getting bank insurance pretty high, but it would be great if people posted how much. Okay. Ooh. $1.1 million.
I think the problem is that bank insurance is percentage based instead of fixed based. So
yes, Foz's screenshot is the type of stuff I'm referring to.
See, Foz probably has 100 million in his bank, so he'd be in charge.
Even so, that's ridiculous. That's a lot of cash.
Yeah, the bank insurance fee should not be percentage based.
Maybe the dev's idea with that, although I'm not too sure if it was intended, is to encourage people to put money in their house. I guess I couldn't tell you. Again, I'm Joe Rogan, so I don't know. Right? I'm just throwing shit out there. Maybe it's incentivized putting money in the house, but oh, look at this. We got a guy. Look, it's a dev. I don't think you guys understand how evil, messed up Smiley is when it comes to your money.
He's not evil, he's dumb.
So it's all his fault then. I'm fucking losing. I'm losing a lot of money constantly.
Hell.
Dumb with a capital U. But no.
Rip in peace. Rip in peace. Well, I'm sure that is something that gotta get fixed. For damn sure. I'm sure that's I post...
You know what's gotta get fixed, and I don't think they have power over it?
What?
Damn hit registers.
Oh, yeah, probably not.
But
for a while, so.
The whole thing, I guess what my whole point is, it's very, very, very easy to lose money when you have I guess, if you own a property and then you have a little bit of money in the bank, you get medical fees based on your total wealth rather than, You know,
How
the
much
amount
money?
you have in your bank or whatever, your actual liquid cash, exactly. So I'm getting hit with 500,000 medical fees when I only have $800,000 in my bank. So if I die again and get medical fees, you know, I'm at risk of losing my house. Although I'm not sure exactly how that works, where when you're in debt if you own a house, but so
When you said you got DM, did you get like, were you AFK?
no, I was these random group here keeps fucking ramming me and shit and killing me. They got obliterated a couple times, but you know I couldn't even get to the city hall before they did it again. And
Shit.
I lost, yeah, I probably lost like 1 million in the last couple hours. And yes, someone just PM'd me Exlazine, Simple Man was that guy or whatever, and there's someone else in their group too.
Shit. And Alco also said, "Killer cannot sell weapons in peace."
Yeah, literally.
Shit. It's a tough one, isn't it? You know, the gunrunner markets has been lower, hasn't it? So it's
Yeah, it's very difficult. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm excited to see, you know, how Vega's rework works. You know, I'm hoping to see that we get a lot more, you know, a lot more.
Someone made a suggestion at the last question. Last question. They said they like the credit system. They want to introduce tiers of credits. I'm not too sure that's a great idea.
Oh, what's that? Okay.
Sounds like overcomplicating it.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to see that, you know, the gun runners get some more love. You know, I when I first started, right after closed or open, right when open beta started, I was selling guns constantly, and I think it was because ammunition sold the same weapons as the gun runners, and then eventually the update happened, and you know, ammunition has way better weapons, and it can customize your weapons, and you know, one credit is like $10,000. So when I'm selling armor, I have to sell it for like 15,000, whereas ammunition sells it for like 3,000. So no one really buys from the gun runners unless it's like the combat MG or something because it's cheap.
I see. Because if you want the weapon mods, right?
Exactly.
If they go to you, they gotta make 2 trips. They gotta make a trip to you, and then they gotta go to the ammunition to mod
That combined with the fact that I don't sell, you know, all the guns the ammunition has, which you know, like the heavy revolver, you know, all the MK2 weapons, all that kind of stuff.
So what we want is for the gun runners to be the #1 go-to place.
That's what I'm. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm hoping for.
5 people think this is a good idea, but instead of adding every single weapon into ammunition and making them expensive, I think the idea is to add 2 of each type of weapon, but they're going to be the bottom tier weapons, so that there's no gun dealers. If there's no gun dealers online, you can still buy from ammunition, but if you want something better, the gun runner is going to have it.
Yes, and I think that will incentivize people to not only play the skill, but also just people to, you know, use the skill and purchase from them and, you know, make them some money and vice versa.
And let's be honest, if there is no gun runner online, you don't need an MK2 assault rifle, or you don't need the top weapon because they're not that much different. PSA, carbine rifle, except for the assault rifle, carbine special, bullpup, MK2 the MK2 versions. There's no difference.
Basically.
Just more expensive.
They just look better.
And with the lack of hit registration, the worst assault
rifle.
rifle.
In fact, the best assault rifle in the game is assault rifle MK2 because it fires slower. Why?
That's just great. That's just great. Logic, 5M logic right there, ladies and gentlemen. The slower firing assault rifle is better because of hit registration. That's a 5M thing, I suppose, but that's what it'd be. So there's the TheKillaer, great content, you know.
Appreciate it.
Gun runners right now, because you know, in the prime of crazy bombs, right? Weapon dealers were the go-to person to get the sheet, right? You remember when Titty Boy was still playing? hate to say his name, honestly. He had a weapon dealer in his fucking passenger seat so that he can get guns and arm more whenever he wanted. In hindsight, that was a bit of a meme piece of gameplay. But, you know, guy had a portable weapon dealer, so... bring back and save gun runners. I saw Nabarro in chat say remove gun runners. I think he's on the memes, honestly, obviously. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the Punkery show. We good, we done. We take a look at how long the recording is. Yeah, hour 20, not bad. And yeah, we'll see you there. It's snowing right now, so whoever's on the East Coast, enjoy that. Already said the morals of the show, moral of the story of the show. And just gonna say one more time, drink your alcohol responsibly. Very simple. Anyway, so for Hendrik and Vega, this is Rashawn. We'll see you next time on the Punkery show.
Thanks.
Thanks.